too many faces in the crowd, but I think that I see you. One too many days got me changing up the way that I need you. Now we're both at a bar, acting like it's not hard, trying to feel something different. Talk to somebody new, kinda wish it was you, kinda numb to the feeling. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months and I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Not that you're gone, I can't seem to. I can't seem to. Laying on my floor, thinking about all the things that we've been through. From 24/7 to pretending like I never met you. No, it's all for the best, cause I know we're a mess every time we're together. Going out of my mind, and I wish I could lie, tell you that it gets better. Now that you're gone, they say time should heal, but it's been too long. Couple months where I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to move on. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. I can't seem to. 74.
Takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lie, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battle.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make up, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, 'cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to long nights can get me feeling lonely. Hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you loose. We gon' make you move. So baby, let's open tonight. Let me get funky. Let me get funky. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more. So baby, let's orbit tonight. Let me get funky.
Let's lose our mind.
Let me get funky. Let me get funky. We gon' make you move from side to side. We gon' make you lose all inside your mind. Oh, we gon' get you through this just for one more high. So baby, let's orbit tonight. We gon' make you move. We gon' make you move.
You lift me off of the ground. I close my eyes and I wait for the come down. I used to live in the now. Now I'm wiser to think that we are bulletproof. Teens with thicker skin, now we just bruise. We were hopeless and we're hopeless now, but I remember never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember, yeah, I remember. Now, but I remember we threw our fists in the air singing. I remember when we were kids, never scared, yeah. And the sky went dark, we used our hearts to guide us. You showed me you care, and I remember, yeah, I remember.
Last night still got us spinning like a record, yeah. Songs popping up, got us feeling like a second chance. Oh, I can feel those good things coming our way. Yeah, this is how we do it, this is how we change the circumstance. Tell me how you feel, 'cause you looking like you wanna dance. Oh, I can feel those good things coming our way. Yeah, my oh my, we can do whatever, yeah, I'm feeling fine as long as we're together. The future looks good, the future looks good, the future looks good on you. You're feeling alive, you got that look in your eyes. The future looks good on you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to some more MCS Week 6 action. We've got Premier League today. Top of the top, best of the best. Joining me on the desk here is Spalty. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey man, I just got off work not too long ago, saw we needed some cats. I'm like, hey, let me jump in. I see Far's in here. I am ready to go.
Going to be quite an exciting night of Rocket League. Indeed, we're going to be starting off with Green Bay, the number 1 seed, going up against Chicago, who is sitting, I believe, at number 7. Still within that top 8 contention for land, but playing a little scary there. They are within reaching distance of the Omaha Buffalo and Kansas City Outlaws, so they've got to watch their backs here. Don't want to be going down in points, especially this late in the season, because those are very, very detrimental. But following them, they're going to be the Brainerd Victory going against the Bemidji Lumberjacks. Number 6 going against the number 4. A little bit more level-headed on matchup there. It's actually going to be fairly important for this Brainerd team. They are exactly 5 points behind Bemidji, so that can definitely turn the tables here in Premier. And then to end off our Week 6, it's going to be the 10 seed Fargo going against the 9 seed Outlaws, trying to push themselves into that top 8 to try and get into lane contention as we end these final weeks.
Yeah, lot of very important matches coming up here for sure. And just looking at these teams today, I did see that there are a few subs coming up. I believe Alpha might be playing for Green Bay today, for Crimsix rather. And I did see something about Shaded actually coming up, possibly subbing only for a game or two. So not sure who he's coming in for, but that definitely could change some how this series goes for sure. But I mean, if we want to move into predictions, we definitely can do that. What do you think, Far? What are we thinking for today?
I mean, I was on this exact same position here yesterday with Stewie, looking at that Challenger League Brainerd victory going against the Bemidji Lumberjacks in the 7th, and I thought it was going to be still fairly close, and it wasn't. No disrespect to Bemidji, they are a very solid team, but that Brainerd team, again, is just in a complete class of their own. I believe you are on that roster.
Yeah.
I don't want to definitely get hard carried by Luigi, but you know,
hey
we
man,
talk about it.
we put in work, man. Come on.
It was a great series. But I went against the number 1 seed last time. I'm not going against them this time. I got a Green Bay going here.
Yeah, I mean that's good choice. Yeah, they definitely do have Alpha, but the fact that the other team is shaded for even a few games makes me think that it's going to be a lot closer. I want to say that Green Bay still has this, but I think it'll be close. I think it'll be probably a 3-2 series. Those subs
I would
are
agree with that.
Definitely
Yeah.
pretty important there.
It'll definitely not be a runaway victory for Green Bay, or even Chicago could make the upset happen here, get themselves some very much needed points, push them actually ahead of Brainerd for a brief time if they're not able to win later on today. But I love being proven wrong. I love making predictions against lower ranked teams, and they just completely make me eat my own words. And it's just such an amazing thing to see happen. So I would love to see Chicago win, but I really do think Green Bay is going to just play a little bit more controlled, a little bit more clean, if you will.
Yep. And yeah, you can't doubt Alpha's ability either. Alpha, I believe, has hit SSL. Can be a very solid player, so even as like a third on this team, I think Alpha can make something happen here for sure. But I believe everybody is in the server, if I am correct, so we could definitely get started here if everybody is ready. I am excited to see this happen.
Much in this, and just looking at Green Bay again really fast, they are actually sitting with a fairly comfortable lead over that 2nd seed Minneapolis. They have 9 points ahead of them. That high performance in Major 1 that actually, I believe they won that first major. That's definitely doing them a lot of favors when it comes to points. But again, we're in a new half here. Is that one actually finding its way on target, and an early start for Green Bay is going to get the scoring going.
I mean, good by Alpha just staying mid there. He did get a good 50 on the wall, giving Trash the time he needs to put this easily for Stu there. Very good aggression starting off the bat here. Only 10 seconds in, we see a goal, but, you know, it is only 10 seconds in. There's a lot of time left to get that momentum going, and Angel's going to try to do that by starting off into this corner. Tries to put it past one, does get beat by Stu, and Stu does get another beat, but it is free for Fusion Bleach here. Puts it up to the ceiling, gets a bounce, and potential double tap here, but opts to leave it for Angel. Really good opportunity here, but the shot was not good enough, and Bob keeping pressure on here. Another double tap, but not enough boost to make anything work, and a good bump from Stu does actually give him the time necessary here to bring some pressure onto the other field.
Seeing a lot of backboard play so far in this first minute. I believe we've had 3 or 4 double tap attempts from both teams combined, and that may be something that they may want to focus on, constantly having somebody on backboard to make sure those reads are not able to find their way in. But as I'm saying that, Stu's sending another one to the back of the net, giving Green Bay that insurance.
Yeah, good, again, good pressure. I mean, these 50s have been absolutely great too, coming from Green Bay so far. You see a 50 happen, it's always to a teammate, it's always, you know, they're able to follow up on it, and it's led to 2 goals already, just off 50s. So, I mean, if they keep that up, they definitely will have a pretty easy time here. You know, this other team is not doing much about it so far. Definitely probably have to change something up, but regardless, they're not looking too bad so far. They do have good pressure. Angel taking a little control, opting to actually shoot it because he does not have enough boost. Leaving it for Fusion Bleach. Opportunity, and it's in. Not entirely sure how that was left alone for so long after Angel's touch, but I guess a little fake from Bob. The huge man definitely does that, but I thought that was out for a second. A little bounce off that post, but well-placed shot definitely brings them up. Only 1 goal behind for a lot of time left on the clock here.
Minute and a half gone, and they've already cut that lead down by half, looking for another one. That one's going to find its way on target, and that lead just completely dissolving for Green Bay as now we have a tie ball game.
Yeah, I mean, immediate answer there. They were down 0-2. They said, oh nah, not letting that happen much longer. 2 very quick goals, and all things considered, I don't know if it's just bad defense all around or really good offense, but either way, a lot of goals very quickly happening. Another one potentially there as well. But maybe, I assume both teams are just kind of warming up, kind of feeling each other right now, but I definitely want to see a bit more defense maybe here, but Fusion Bleach does get a good 50 to the corner. It's always good to put it to the corner. Very safe opportunity here. And Bob the Huge Man is just open off believe a demo came through. Kind of leaving, yeah, a good demo from Fusion Bleach. Alpha thought he was not last back, and those will definitely crumble teams for sure. I know I'm a part of a team that has very bump heavy player in it, and those bumps can go a long way, that is for sure.
You see the game already flipped back on its head as Chicago taking a 3-2 lead as we're entering into that halftime marker. That one almost finding its way on target, still able to reach across and get the save. Has plenty of control, gets it cleared off the wall. Bob the Huge Man still having plenty of presence. Alpha immediately on the challenge, going to send it right back. Pass over to Angel up on the wall, has plenty of boost. Going for the reset, gets a little awkward, but clears out the defense just enough to find it on target. 4 unanswered goals for Chicago now.
Man, this game has completely flipped on its head so far. And what's funny is, you know, there's 6 goals scored, but we still have half the game left. Really, anything could happen, but if Trash, Stu, and Alpha want anything to go their way, they definitely got to make that happen right now. Maybe try to take a little bit more control of the ball. I'm seeing a lot of banging the ball rather than trying to just take it and hold on to it. But who knows? Well, we got plenty of time left here. Trash, not able to do much with that. Kind of getting some good bumps. Giving him a little bit of time here with 30 boost. Flip reset, not able to connect. But Stu, able to put that one backboard. No shooters. Alpha does get a decent enough force, but a good 50 comes out, bringing to Fusion Bleach. Stu, able to get a good clear. And this ball kind of just stalemating near the middle of the field right now. Not a lot happening.
I've seen things like this happen before, and that is exactly what happens whenever you have a long period in the midfield. One team crumbles, and it's just a go-ahead goal for the other. Now, Chicago, 5 unanswered goals in this game 1, and there's got to be some kind of change here for Green Bay. They just have not been able to get on offense at all after that first minute, and some changes have to happen here if they want to potentially come back in this game 1 and keep the series in their favor.
Yeah, I agree, and I feel like maybe Alpha needs to try to step up, and it could be a rotational thing. Maybe the rotations are a little off because, you know, they're not used to playing with Alpha. Maybe it's he's too slow, too fast. Whatever it is, something needs to be changed for sure here. Because, yeah, 5 goals in a row, not answered at all, is a little rough for sure. But here we have a huge clear from Bob the Huge Man. Does get answered by Stu, and Trash, with 0 boost in the midfield, is able to collect it a little bit. But Bob is able to clear that off the backboard, tries to get a 50. It's beat, but Alpha not able to connect with a 50 either. And this ball's just kind of sitting in the middle. We finally have an answer. And it is not what I expected to be the answer here, but yeah, I assume Angel just calmed had it, and unfortunately did not reach that. I honestly don't blame him. I thought, I would think in that situation I'd have a touch on that, but you know, it is a good answer for this team here. 47 seconds left. Let's see what they can do to get 2 more goals.
Just a little bit of an awkward position for everybody on that last goal, and now just trying to recover is Green Bay. They've cut that lead down a little bit, but 30 seconds left on the clock. They've got to get something going now if they want to at least have a chance to try and get back in this game one. Angel trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Alpha with the demo, making sure that no offensive pressure goes, but Demo themselves is that one finding its way in front of the net. Bob the Huge Man, what a save from Trash. Not out of the woods yet for Chicago is that one finally getting cleared away here. Alpha with control, gets a big 50 send out mid, but no one's there to catch Stu, trying to race to it, but Angel is there first, gets bumped out of the way, hit off wall, it's loose in midfield territory, but that one will safely fall to the ground. Game one going to Chicago.
I mean, they did have that that one goal that Green Bay did at the end there, which definitely helps with a little bit with momentum. But I mean, as we can see here, at least from the scoreboard, Alpha a little low. Again, I mean, he's probably not very used to playing in lobbies like this. So definitely needs to step it up a little bit if they want to have a decent chance. But even so, they were only 2 goals down at the end of the day with 8 goals scored. Being 2 down isn't the worst thing of all time. They definitely have something coming for them here, especially with that last goal. Like I said, that momentum is definitely a big part of the game.
It's definitely going to need something. Green Bay is going to have to make a big strategy change. Maybe have Alpha. They're not as used to this high-paced gameplay as you were saying, and I feel like maybe just trying to go for maybe a little bit more physicality, just grabbing boost, making Green Bay or Chicago rather have to slow down a little bit could be very beneficial. Let Stu and Trash kind of do their thing, but it's going to take some good strategizing to get them back in the series here. You do not want to be in awkward spots as much as they were in that game one.
Yeah, and forces and taking boost and demos definitely do go a long way. If Alpha can maybe try to figure out if that could work, you know, that could definitely be a good option. But starting off kickoff here does go in Chicago's favor. Stu is able to get a good touch off the wall though, and Trash. One thing I've noticed from Trash is he's so good at following up for his teammates. I mean, anytime there's a hit upfield, anytime there's a clear to the midfield, I mean, he's just always there. And definitely good quality to have as a teammate, especially in threes, you know. Twos is one of those things where you don't want to stay midfield too much, but threes especially, you have that extra teammate back. Being able to play midfield and cover for your teammates like that is definitely very, very strong.
And also seeing some of the recoveries that not just Trash has had, but all of that team on Green Bay has had, but it's still not enough to stop this Chicago offense already starting off the scoring here in game 2.
Beautiful passing play coming out. I didn't even see Angel for a second there, but able to get a good recovery off that back wall and put one in at a tough angle. Very, very well played by them, but Alpha starting this one off. Not a great recovery, but was able to get a touch on the ball and stall a little bit of time for his team. Stu opting to put this one to the corner, but Fusion Bleach in a good position. And Alpha on 0 boost. Trash was very smart in letting Alpha take that corner, though. Make a little play on the ball. Does make enough of a play to let Stu get in. And Stu is able to take a corner boost. Does get a really good bump, which could present an opportunity here for Alpha, but Bob the Huge Man, stoic on the line, able to get a good clear. And that does relieve a lot of pressure.
Bob the Huge Man, indeed, just being an absolute wall on that back line. We saw that amazing back-to-back save right there, but they also were doing that in that first game. We saw it a couple times where Bob was just constantly keeping the ball away from the net, but now Alpha has an opportunity, but Angel able to reach across the net and get the save. Stu up off the wall, doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, goes for the reset, trying to keep it in play, but ends up needing to leave it, misses that mid boost. That's going to be a bit of a detriment to them, as this is going to put them in a very awkward spot. Stu, after the respawn, able to get the clear. Angel playing up off the wall, has a tiny bit of boost to work with, sends that out mid. Bob looking for a shot, saved away by Trash. Stu up off the wall, challenge on the Fusion Beast. That's going to be a loose ball in Chicago territory, and a bump clears out the net. Alpha getting the credit for the goal, and that's a tie ball game.
I mean, we said it first. These bumps are so clinical. That, oh my goodness. Trash on 0 boost, but sees the last bag. And I mean, that's just one thing that Rocket League, you know, over time I feel like it's become more of a bump heavy game. Bumps are just so powerful, especially in threes, being able to take one player completely out when his two teammates think he could have a chance on that ball. And I mean, playing it well there does bring them back into this game here. Half the time left on the clock. Fusion Bleach trying to put it up to Bob the Huge Man. But a little passing play still coming out. Angel was sitting mid for that. Double tap off the backboard does work in Stu's favor there. And they do get a clear off this, but Fusion Bleach also able to get a big clear off the backboard. Out making Alpha a little awkward here, but does get a really beautiful touch. Did leave Bob the Huge Man a little awkward. Couldn't get a good enough touch to keep it close. And Angel, I mean, I've seen it so much this game. Angel has just been saving and saving and saving the ball over and over again. Even in situations where Angel's getting bumped. Angel has been there to save the ball and definitely kept them in this game for sure.
Not letting that scoreline fall to what it was in that game 1, but still trying to find some more offensive opportunities. It seems like both these teams have definitely woken up a lot more when it comes to their rotation. They seem to be in a better position a lot more often than they were in that first game, but now Trash up off the wall has plenty of boost, goes for the reset, delays it. Stu trying to clean up but not able to find it on target. That was a golden opportunity for Green Bay, going by the wayside, but trying to keep the pressure going as Alpha has the reset pass up to Trash. Trash trying to get out to middle, but Stu electing to play it safe. Don't want to give the Chicago team the room to score on them. Do not want to give them the game 2, as that one actually sneaks past the last defender. It's an opportunity, and now Green Bay sitting up with the lead, just over a minute left.
Yeah, I think we said it perfectly before. I think they just needed a game to kind of warm up and figure out how to play with each other, because I mean, it's been a whole season. It's been 6 weeks on top of multiple weeks for a major and multiple break weeks. Like, there have been plenty of weeks in the season and they have yet to play with Alpha, I believe. So definitely just a little warm-up game. It feels like they're playing a lot better together here. But I mean, then again, this Chicago team has also been so good, and that shot is on target but bounces off both posts, and unfortunately not able to go in. That definitely would have been an equalizer, but they still have time to play with here. For 38 seconds on the clock. Stu does get a little block, does get a good force too. Even though Stu does not touch the ball, he does force the opponents to hit it away. But Angel in the corner here, able to get another force as well. And Stu trying to take a little bit more control, trying to waste as much time as possible. It's definitely not a bad play at all. Wasting time when you are up like this can definitely be a very good thing to do.
10 seconds left now. Chicago have to respond quickly if they want to stay alive in this game 2. A great pass out mid there from Angel, but no one there to take advantage. Stu just trying to keep the ball as far away from the net as possible. That one hits the ground, and Green Bay is able to respond with authority after that game 1 loss.
I think Alpha heard me, man. He heard me say that he was at the bottom of the scoreboard, and look at that. He's at the top of the scoreboard with 5 shots. I mean, this Green Bay team had 11 shots that game, as compared to Chicago 6. That is quite a bit of pressure. It definitely forced a lot of saves out of Chicago, but ultimately, I mean, if you're not putting many shots on the net, then it's not going to work out too well, which is what happened to Chicago here. Definitely needed to break out a defense a little bit more that game, but Green Bay with a really good recovery game, bringing this series to 1-1.
We did see Alpha actually topping the leaderboard here for Green Bay, and I mean, they had a bit of a rough start in that game 1, making it on the bottom, I think just barely scraping over 100 points together, but now sitting fairly pretty. 1 goal, 1 assist, 5 shots. Definitely a lot of offensive pressure coming from them, and I think that's exactly what they needed. Just trying to get a little bit more time to wake up with this team that I don't believe they have too much playtime with. So definitely a good turnaround for Green Bay, but now the ball is very much in Chicago's court. They've got to turn it around here if they want to try and continue the momentum that they had from game 1.
For sure. We'll see what changes are made here in this third game. But a lot of series left to be played. and we got a kickoff. Trash able to get a decent 50, but Bob was there in the corner, does get a beat, but is 0 boost. Needs to kind of rotate around here. Trash does see the shot here. Thought he was maybe going to pass it to Alpha, but shooting at the net is not ever a super bad thing to do, you know, forcing the opponents to get a touch that might be a little awkward. And as long as you can keep doing that, eventually shots got to go in at some point, right?
Constant peppering of the net can be very, very lethal. We've seen it happen across all of MCS as this one almost finding its way in, rolling off the corner and down off the post. That one gonna definitely be wanting the opportunity back from Alpha, but now a turnaround here as Chicago trying to start off the scoring here in game 3. That one finding a little bit awkward for Trash here, but now Alpha able to get the block, send it away. Stu just playing safe, playing controlled, playing collected. Trash going to be the one to pick this one up in that blue territory. Stu looking for a bump. That one going to find its way under a defender. Requires a double commit, but still gets saved away. Angel, an unfortunate touch there. Hit it with the wheels. That's going to get 0 power to clear it away. And this one finding its way back into no man's land. Trash with a big hit downfield. No one quite there for a pass, but still just relieving some of that offensive pressure that Chicago has been building. That one finding its way on target as well. Fusion able to get the save. Angel with control, has plenty of boost, goes for the reset, plays the flick. That one goes just a little bit high. Got to be mopped up here. Fusion trying to clear it away. And that one, another great opportunity for Chicago, but it goes unredeemed.
That was an absolutely beautiful flip reset from Angel. Enough power to kind of make it awkward for Stu, but a chance here is there's an open net. And Trash is able to put it away. Fusion Bleach not getting the 50 he wants, and Stu, way to stay on that ball from Stu there, even on 0. Able to put it mid, knows he doesn't need to just shoot it right at the net, but rather just put it middle. And like I said earlier, Trash always good at following up the ball for his team. Seems to be his strong suit for sure. It's the first I've seen of him, actually. Oh, and we have another shot as I'm yapping. Angel with a goal here. Not sure how this snuck through, but way to shoot that on the right side there.
Great placement. It was a bit of an unfortunate touch there from Stu, trying to kind of clear it downfield a little more. Ended up going just straight up the wall, and it was a bit of a free touch for Chicago. But now having another opportunity here actually is Fusion trying to sneak it over the defender. Alpha with great reach is able to get the save. That Dominus hitbox definitely doing them some favors there. Angel pass out mid, trying to get to Bob, but not quite able to reach it, is now picking it up, but bumped out of the way. That one's going to follow on target. Easy save for Angel. Now has plenty of control, plenty of boost, going for a pinch. Is able to get one, has a little bit of boost left, gets it over the second. It's a demo on Stu as well. Alpha, a little bit awkward on that bounce, but still able to get a good touch out. This one finding its way back out mid, cleared away by Stu. Bob with the pickup. Alpha looking for a save, clears it out to corner, playing it safe. Don't want to give any opportunities to Chicago here, as that one a little bit past Stu. Trash finding the open net. That's going to fall its way on target, and from coast to coast, now it's Green Bay sitting up with the lead again.
Yeah, sometimes that relentless pressure doesn't go your way when the team just absolutely bangs it across field on your net. A lot of teams tend to get scored on like that, and as we can see, it happens here. And you know, with half the game left, we are seeing Green Bay once again up 2-1 here. A lot of opportunity here in the corner. Stu is able to get a 50 off the spawn, but Fusion Bleach trying to keep it up field as much as he can. Same with Angel, but Alpha does shut that one down. Does get a good beat on Fusion Bleach, leaving Bob the Huge Man back for a second. But Angel on this backboard doesn't get it quite the touch he needs, but Fusion Bleach was able to follow up for it, getting a good 50, and Stu is left alone in net. Really awkward shot here. Needs help, but Trash is able to help a little bit, and Alpha with a good follow, and leaving Bob the Huge Man not able to get anything. But there's an open net here off of a demo, and Trash off the spawn is able to get it, and another demo. Oh my goodness, from Alpha saves the day.
Ooh, pandemonium on that Green Bay backline. That was a very close opportunity for Chicago, but now we're seeing Green Bay in full force. A lot of physicality coming out from them in this game 3. Stu with control, gets off the ceiling, pass out to Alpha. Alpha with the shot, Angel with the save, but it's still a bit danger here. Trash, a great 50, sends it out mid. It's a race back, trying to get a touch. Great fake from Stu, but still blocked away by Fusion. Has plenty of control, sends it off the backboard, just trying to get it out to a teammate. Gets cleared away. It's a race back for Angel. Can they make it? No! And that's the insurance for Green Bay.
Very defensive from them so far. I mean, even so, I mean, looking at these shots, Green Bay does have more shots on net than Chicago does, but I feel like this ball's been on Green Bay's side for such a long time, but they keep just getting away with these big clears that just end up in the net. Definitely need to see a little bit more passiveness, I think, at least in the midfield for this Chicago team, but Alpha seeing the net here, able to get a very nice goal off of Stu's corner bounce here. Angel jumping off the backboard just a little early, not thinking that he had a good angle, but he did, and this game is looking a little barren here for Chicago.
Looking a little more tough, and just at this point just piling it on, trying to make a statement, trying to demoralize the Chicago team and pile on the scoring immediately off the kickoff. Great patience there from Trash to send it in the back of the net there. And I mean, how do you respond to this for Chicago? Like, this Green Bay team, they started off a little slow, but as the series has gone on, they've just gotten better and better and better, and it's been almost impossible to stop some of their offensive pushes. But now trying to get a goal. What a touch from Angel, but cleared away by Alpha. Now it's a counterattack again. Bob trying to reach back, able to get the save there this time, as now final 30 seconds left. Green Bay sitting up very comfortably against the Chicago team. This one might be all said and done. Go to game 4. Let's try and get this series back into our hands for Chicago. But for Green Bay, definitely just trying to keep the protocol going. Just keep the momentum, keep the passes, keep the consistency, and we will get this series cleared away.
Yep, and they definitely... That's a little bit of a statement right there, putting another goal in, which I don't blame them. I mean, that was another really good passing play. They're definitely figuring out how to play with each other, and if this keeps up, this 4th game will be very rough for Chicago, but they are definitely showing why they are the #1 team. I mean, despite having a sub, it took them 1 game to figure out what they're doing, and they're definitely looking very strong here as this ball falls, and a very dominant 6-1 victory for Green Bay.
Alpha sitting, like, Alpha is the sub up for Green Bay here, and they had a bit of a choppy start in that game 1, but now, like, this is the second time they've been on the top of the leaderboard for Green Bay, sitting up just 30 points over Trash, but there is not a single 0 across that Green Bay scoreboard. Everybody having involvement on every single part of the field. I apologize, I'm incorrect. Stu didn't get any saves, but still, Alpha definitely picking up the slack there, picking up 4 for themselves, and this Green Bay team has definitely come into full force, and it seems almost unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Chicago here, I feel like you definitely need to take this minute and just talk amongst yourselves, figure out what is going on. Try to figure out why are shots not connecting? Why is the other team having so much pressure on us? Because, I mean, the shot difference is just... It's so hard to win games when you're half the shots of the other team. And so, I mean, this Green Bay pressure has been so good. So definitely need to break that down a little bit if I were Chicago. But they definitely have shown it, at least in the first game, that they have the ability to win these games. Just need to adapt a little bit quicker if they want to stay alive in this series.
Maybe take a couple of pages out of the Green Bay playbook here, as it seems that what Green Bay changed after game 1 is what could very much benefit Chicago in this upcoming game 4, and definitely going to be needing some strategy change. Otherwise, this is going to be the last game of the series, and it's going to be another win for Green Bay. But starting off, some decent offensive pressure from both teams, but no overextensions just yet. Trash with a great challenge there, has a reset, gets it off the backboard, gets another touch, sends it a little bit too far away, and that one getting cleared out. Stu with a great follow-up touch, gets the 50 there, but a great touch from Fusion is able to get it cleared out. Trash with the 50 out to Alpha. Alpha has a touch, but no boost to follow it up. That one getting cleared away. It feels like we're just playing corners here in the Chicago territory for this first minute.
Yep, a lot of just hitting the ball, not seeing a lot of control, at least on the Chicago side. But to be fair, they are kind of just getting shot after shot after shot put on them. So very hard to control the ball when you're just getting shot at all the time, but maybe if they can get better clears or better follow-ups on touches, they can make something happen here. But regardless, Angel able to actually get a little bit more control here. Angel's been so good in the air throughout this entire series, gets an open net. Little side flip from that last back, but Angel definitely with a great little dribble here, able to kind of get in the way of Alpha and secures a goal. They are finally up again in the series since the first time since the first game, I believe.
I believe you're correct, actually. That was a bit of a drought there for them, but now a minute and a half gone here, and Chicago sitting up with that lead. It just begs the question, are they going to try and play more aggressive because they now know how to get some good scoring against Green Bay, or are they just going to play full, just unstoppable defense? You're going to have to take me off the field in order to get the ball past me. It's both strategies are viable against this Green Bay team, but it's a big question on how they adapt to it and how well and quickly they can adapt to it. But already finding some offensive opportunities is Green Bay trying to tie this game up. Trash with a good send downfield, but no one there, not very threatening, as now Stu playing off the wall. Not a lot of boost to work with. That one getting cleared away by Angel. Not a lot of boost themselves. Big 50 there, as now Bob picking this one up. Great ground pinch. That's going to go out mid, but no one there to take advantage of the loose ball in Green Bay territory. Angel looking for a double here. Finds the angle. That one's still in very dangerous territory for Green Bay. That one finds its way off the crossbar, and Fusion able to get the insurance for Chicago.
I mean, if you see the way the shot was taken, it was actually quite smart. Be able to put it slow enough, but like also into the post, made it really hard for Trash to read that, and they are up 2-0 here. Definitely made a change. I am seeing something different here. I mean, you could tell the shot ratio between the two teams has completely flipped, and they can keep this up. I do not doubt we will see a game 5 here, but regardless, Alpha able to get a pop, but not anything happening off of that. Angel with a sidewall read almost connects, but Bob the Huge Man does get a 50, and there is kind of an open net here, but a little miss from Fusion Bleach, but Angel absolutely flying in from across the field to be able to read that miss from Fusion Bleach.
Angel turned for that before it even came off the wall from the pass. That was just pure forethought right there, knowing exactly what's going to happen. And definitely a lot of change coming from the Chicago team. We did see for a fair amount of the series just a lot of big, heavy touches, clearing it away as far as possible and trying to mop up what comes of it. But now it's just a lot of control, a lot of safe touches, a lot of making sure that they just have more possession, and it's definitely working out very well for them. But Green Bay trying to get on the board here for the first time in Game 4, and they're able to with a great flick from Alpha, giving them their first.
A little bit of a scramble back there. Angel does bump Bob the Huge Man, and Bob the Huge Man gets in the way of Fusion Bleach. Very unfortunate there. But, you know, errors like that don't happen too often, so I don't doubt they're not too worried about that goal. They are still up 2 in this game, so shouldn't be too worried. A good force here. Crash does get a touch on that, which actually does give Alpha a lot better of a ball to go for here, but not able to control it as much as he wants to, and that little error in the corner from Alpha, not able to control the ball, did not get the touch he wanted, leaves Angel enough time to just absolutely dive on that, and Bob the Huge Man, very, very good speed from him to reach that ball.
Now that goal deficit immediately back where it was not even a minute ago for Chicago here, and now they're sitting pretty comfortable. They have a very good lead. They could just try and play this one a little bit safer. Do not let Green Bay get any opportunities, but it looks like they're not going to be doing any of that. Trying to drive up the score like Green Bay did on them in that Game 3. Try and send a statement back. Yeah, you got that one, but we're going to try and get it away from you. Almost saved away by Angel there, but lots of power on it from Stu, is able to get them their goal.
Yeah, another little error there, but yeah, we do not we do not want to see that too much. 2 more errors, and I mean that this game is tied up. Minute 13 is definitely plenty of time to make something happen. But Fusion Bleach with some good bumps on Alpha, but nothing comes of it as Angel tries to get a double tap. Angel definitely trying to show their mechanics throughout this entire series, which I absolutely love to see. I'm pretty sure Angel is a pretty high salary, so definitely a high enough ranked player to make it work in games like these. But Angel able to stay on that ball. Trash though. Good clear out to the corner, and absolutely beautiful follow and shot from Stu. I mean, this is just an absolutely beautiful play here. Bob not able to get there and help his teammate out. And just like that, they are only down by 1.
Pretty decent leads dissolve, even just in this series. I believe game 2 was a bit of a back and forth fight, but now we're almost seeing it happen again. Another opportunity here for Green Bay, but gets cleared away. Alpha with plenty of control, has lots of boosts to work with, gets the flick, but not enough power on it. Safe save there for Bob. Fusion, great touch off the backboard there, is going to send it out to Stu, however, has plenty of control. Does not get the touch they were looking for right there at all. Alpha trying to get the cleanup there, but not quite able to make it. A demo on the goal line. Now it's just high pressure here for Chicago, just trying to keep it away, and it's all the way back in Green Bay territory now. Alpha leaving it for Trash. It's up in the air here as Angel just going to try and send that to the ground. Gets the 50 on the hood of Alpha, and now we have a game 5. A huge turnaround here for Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, that was really well played by them that entire game. And I'm not going to say I was right because it hasn't happened yet, but I did say this would go to game 5. And I will say I have been correct about the, I believe, 5 series I've casted. I'm pretty sure I'm 5 to 5 or 5 for 5 on guessing which team wins. So we'll see if I can go 6 for 6 here if Green Bay does figure out what they're doing this game. But Chicago definitely looked very, very good. And if they can keep up what they did there, at least in the first 2/3 of the game, they will definitely have a good chance of winning the series.
Putting more pressure on Green Bay than it was already there. Now your perfect prediction streak is on the line.
I need to keep it, man.
I don't think they're gonna want to let that go to a blemished record. But Chicago, a very good response to this just monstrous Green Bay team now. And game 5. I really couldn't predict who's going to win here. It's been so back and forth between these teams. It's kind of hard to tell who's going to be able to come out on top here.
I agree. Very, very back and forth, and we'll see if that back and forth streak continues. If Green Bay can figure out what they're doing this game. Stu does win that mid boost. Very, very important that he does that. Does get a beat, but Alpha not able to follow, and Trash keeping up the pressure a little bit with a good shot. Now Alpha into the midfield. Stu able to get a 50, but Bob the Huge Man trying to follow up on this, giving Fusion Bleach an opportunity, and Stu, really beautiful bump there, bumping Bob the Huge Man off and able to get a good clear on that ball. Now Angel with a touch to the corner, and Stu with not enough boost to do much or follow up with that ball, so opts to leave it. And Angel just getting a clear on the ball, but Trash is able to collect it a little bit. Tries to get 2 demos, only gets 1. But this ball is really back and forth on this field so far.
Minute gone, and nobody really seems to have the upper hand in this game 5 yet. I feel like it's going to come down to just 1 goal. I feel like this game is going to be closer than any of the other ones we've had so far. Fusion trying to keep the offensive pressure going for Chicago, gets cleared away. An unfortunate miss there for Bob, but cleaned up by Angel. Is now we see Green Bay making an offensive push. Trash with great control, but Fusion able to make the stop. Great touch there off the wall. Now it's up to Angel trying to reach the ball, but Alpha a little bit too much speed for them, is able to get it cleared away. Now a big 50 in the corner. Angel with the follow-up, getting it even further away from Orange territory. Up off the backboard. No one there to take the shot immediately. That was a golden opportunity, and a big clear from the goal box is able to get Green Bay in the lead.
Oh my goodness. The amount of just big clears off the back ends that we have seen from this Green Bay team that have just gone in is just crazy this series. They can't keep getting away with this, surely. But they do keep getting away with it. I mean, they keep doing it, even in Game 5, and as we can see, it works. Again, they are up 1-0. And Angel looking to answer, but oh my goodness, beautiful save from Trash and Alpha, able to keep them up 1-0 in this game. And my goodness, heroics there on the backboard does keep them in this. That was a beautiful save.
Oh man, that must have been heartbreaking for Chicago. That was the best look they've had at the net all game long, and it still gets cleared away with with a little bit of stress for both teams, but still no goal for Chicago yet as they try to redeem themselves for that opportunity. Fusion, great 50, still maintaining control, has plenty of boost in the corner, just trying to pass it down to Bob. Bob looking for the shot, but a double commit from Trash, and Stu is able to get the block. Angel looking to keep this pressure going. Gets a touch, is still on the backboard, but Stu able to get one. Not a very big touch, however, is that one finally cleared away. Stu, no boost in the tank, puts a soft shot on target, but saved away by Bob. Is now a 50 in the midfield. Stu finally finding some boost, is able to get the pickup there. Big 50 goes off the ceiling. Angel pass out to mid. Bob able to pick it up. Back over to Angel. Angel beat by Alpha. That one's going to be a bit of a scramble back for this Chicago team. And it seems like that's been a bit of a repeating theme here for Chicago. They've been doing incredibly well, but if they're getting scored on, it's because they have their third man just pushed up a little too far.
Yeah, and like I said, Green Bay is taking advantage of it and showing very well, but that does not mean that they don't have pressure here. They definitely have a lot of pressure and an opportunity here as Alpha with a beautiful save. What is going on with this Green Bay defense right now? They are just not giving up on this goal here. And once again, giving themselves so many offensive opportunities with it as well. Alpha puts it middle for Trash, and Trash says, oh nah, I'm not letting you score, and I'm gonna be the one to score. And here it is, 2-0 here with a minute 20.
And now all pressure on Chicago here. They've got to make a change quick in order to try and get back into this game 5. They've had so many good opportunities, but it's just goal line heroics coming from Green Bay to keep the ball out of their net and keep that scoreline empty for Chicago. Another opportunity here actually presenting itself, but no one there to take the shot. Fusion, big 50 over to Bob. A little bit awkward there. Bit of hi, how you doing from Bob and Stu over there at the midfield boost, but gets cleared down to the orange half. A big 50. Actually, Stu's going to go for a demo here. It's going to make it very awkward, but Fusion still able to graze the ball there, keep it out of the shooting lane. Angel with a great reset, gets it past one, but Alpha getting a touch. Fusion pass out to mid. Bob not quite ready for it, and that's a big 50 to clear it away. Stu trying to get the counterattack going. Angel with a great clear, but not a lot of boost, leaves it for Bob. A good trade demo there. That's going to open up the opportunity, and finally, after all that shooting from Chicago, they get a goal.
Yeah, and I mean, it started off a demo, a little smoke screen, and Trash just did not see Bob the Huge Man, and very well played, but if they want to stay in this, they do need another in 30 seconds here, and they definitely need probably more demos just like that could keep them in this series. But Angel trying to get one mid. Stu is left the ball. Does get a pop up here, but blocked off by Bob the Huge Man. Fusion Bleach with a really unfortunate miss, but Angel does keep them in this game a little bit here, but a really good clear from Stu. We've seen it this entire game. Stu's been so good at clearing this ball downfield, and this is just ticking down. We need a goal out of Chicago here. Angel does keep it up, does not have enough boost to really stay on it, and does not follow up, and there it is. Green Bay with a 3-2 victory today. Keeps my streak going. I am 6 for 6 with these guesses, but oh my goodness, was that a really good series to watch.
Very, very close. Chicago trying to take advantage of the sub up from Green Bay, but strong as ever, proving why they're the 1 seed. Still taking away the win. That's going to push them up to 48 points at 5-1 record, and game differential of 7 now for that Green Bay team. So definitely something they're going to be wanting, is getting as many points as possible as we get into these last couple weeks and into that second major going into LAN. These points are very, very valuable, and you do not want to be letting them go. So great win from Green Bay, a great effort from Chicago. They had so much going for them. It was just incredible defense from Green Bay that kept them away from the win, with all the just I think the ball went at least halfway into that Green Bay net a good 6 or 7 times throughout that game 5.
Yes, it really did. I mean, they were just the heroics you saw on that back line were absolutely crazy. But you know, heroics like that definitely can get you series wins, and as we can see, they are, even with a sub, able to get the victory. So very, very good win for them. Kudos to Green Bay. Kudos to the Chicago team for getting that to 5 and almost coming back in that last game. But that will be it for that. And I believe next up in line, we do have, if I could pull it up correctly, Brainerd versus Bemidji. So I get to see my team there. I will not be casting next series, but good luck to everybody playing, and thank you for casting with me, Far. That was a very good time.
We're going to just send it over to a real short break while we prep for our next series.
Go on myself. I'm cold steel stainless. My glass half full. Always said don't suffer no fools. Serpents daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. Gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon.
wish we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain. I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you changed. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm moving on for good. At least my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe it, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood. Oh, 'cause I'm stuck now, just trying to figure a way out. I've tried but can't seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm seem to slow down, and I don't know if I want to.
Welcome back to more Week 6 action. We just wrapped up a really close series for the premier Green Bay Knights versus the Chicago Jungle. Joining me in the booth is not only my co-cast for this next series, but one of the winners from that last series. How you doing tonight, sir?
Poof. Very good series to open the night. Like I'm tired after that one. That was a really close one. I mean, like they were firing, we were firing back, they were firing back. It's like almost, I mean, it came down to one goal, and that's really how those are going to be. But I'm excited for this weekend just because it's kind of like the last true test of, okay, we went through trade window 1. We made some, I mean, a lot of people made some moves. Now we're getting into the beginning of trade window number 2, and it's like, okay, was the trade window 1 really worth it? For some of these teams, is it? For some of these other teams, we've seen that it has proven to be useful. I will say that going into this match, 2 teams that made a move in that first trade window, they are now far getting into the point of their season where this is where everything matters more than anything. Bemidji, Brainerd, 2 teams that are kind of on the come up. I mean, Brainerd has been decent throughout the season, kind of middle of the pack. Bemidji has the same thing. It's almost like 2 teams that made moves with each other now playing against each other after all the dust has settled, after we've had the bombs go off on either side. So I'm just excited to see these 2 teams play. Especially this new Brainerd roster. I have not got to see them play. We haven't matched up against them. We played them earlier in the season. I haven't been able to see how they're going to do. I know that they've adopted a new play style somewhat, so We'll see if Bemidji can handle it. But if I had to put my money on a team to handle it, it would be this Bemidji team. This new roster, I don't know what it is. They just work together. Their first week, they played us. They absolutely destroyed us. I don't know what they have it figured out. And so this genuinely will be one of the series of the season, I think.
It'll definitely be a good one. These teams, again, having new rosters and new play styles, as you were saying, but also just being ranked incredibly close. They are within 5 points of each other, so Brainerd's going to be trying to kind of swat at Bemidji up there, and Burnsville in turn, both sitting at 24 points as Brainerd sitting at that 19-point mark. So this could be a very big series for this Brainerd team. If they're able to win, that might push them up to a very comfortable spot in the rankings going into these final weeks here. But as we get into that, do we have any predictions? Who do you think is going to take the series away?
Okay, so the lore behind these two teams, Bemidji originally had Bubbly Reaper on their team. They drafted him. They ended up sending him to Brainerd to fill in for another Brainerd player that left. And now Bemidji has basically replaced Bubbly with a different player that was a challenger player. You know, I don't think you want to drop Bubbly. It's never been a good combination for any team. I'm going to pick, and this is because I don't like that Bemidji beat me, but I'm going to pick the Brainerd victory. I saw the stats from their last series and how they were playing. This is going to be a very annoying team down the road. I can tell you that. So I'm going to go Brainerd, and I'm going to say in 4.
Brainerd in 4. I think I'm not too well versed within Premier. I am but a lowly rising star player, but I think just hearing about these teams and how things have changed, I think it's going to be incredibly close, even just overtime after overtime. But I think Bemidji is going to be able to just clutch up here and take the win away. And I think in 5 as well. There's no question this is going to be a close series, but it's just who is it going to fall to at this point. So it's going to be close. It's going to be close. I really couldn't lean either way, but I think Bemidji just has a tiny bit more in them.
Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I can't disagree like totally. It's really hard for me to pick, in this case, to pick Brainerd because I know Bemidji's capable of winning totally. This is, like I said, two teams that are somewhat brand new put together, but they've had a couple weeks to play with each other. But Haha, Boo, and Swish and Tricky, I mean, they basically, to me, fill all the slots of a roster. You've got Tricky playing third man, kind of just sitting back, waiting on every challenge he can. Swish is a very good midfield player, can finish plays, does well with space. And then Haha Boo's just kind of the guy that you let loose almost of, you know, let him do whatever he wants with boost. And with this Brainerd team, not really a similar thing. All three kind of can have their own moments, but the what I saw from the statistics, all three have started to play physical, which it has been, in Bubbly Reaper's case, a recipe for success for as of late. So we'll see if that continues. Bubbly's shot is stopped by Swish, followed from Whitlock. And this is kind of, I think, how the series is going to go. Brainerd living in this orange half. We'll see if they can continue at Kixby. One touch to Whitlock, just fakes it out. It's going to lay on the goal line. Haha Boo's going to have that one to the side. And Swish, I don't know what ended up happening there. If he DC'd, he did disconnect. So yeah, Shig, you can pause the game if you would like to. You can send it back over to us. But yeah, we'll get it figured out here. Get it started. Back to 5 minutes. We're going to restart this game. Full restart. Just set it to 5 minutes and then restart from kickoff, and then we'll get it going. We are restarting indeed, because we are under 2 minutes and no goals have been scored far. So we'll get it back into the game as quick as possible. But like I said, it's gonna be a fun one for these two teams. You can go ahead and unpause it, and we will get going from kickoff as no goals have been scored. It will be 0-0, and I think if you're both of these teams far, you kind of got somewhat of a break there for a couple of seconds, kind of a breather of like, okay, this is how this is gonna go.
And just, I feel like that was a bit of a lucky break there for Bemidji, because they were under a lot of pressure kind of constantly within that first minute, and now being able to kind of restart and regroup and reset on positioning, it's definitely gonna do him some favors. But making me eat my own words is Kixby getting the first goal for the victory.
Ricky's touch doesn't do what he wanted it to do. Whitlock just calls his bluff, takes it off of his head top, and then the beat out from the midfield from Kixby is a beautiful shot. Upper 90, and somewhat impossible for Boo to stop, but he gave it his best look, tried to make something happen off of it. Chicky will leave that for Bubbly. Bubbly just kind of fakes out the first challenge, gets by Swish, but does not get by Haha Boo, that last man. And all three of these Bemidji players can play third man. They're all very capable defenders. What a pass from Swish to Tricky. That one's going to find its to the back of the net. It's going to find its mark, and he does all of that with 0 boost.
That was phenomenal car control from Swish. Just a wave dash on the wall, a wave dash on the ground, and a very nice flick out to mid to just send it to a waiting attacker for the open net. That was a great goal from Bemidji here, but immediately turning around, Kixby trying to pick up their second in this game 1, but not gonna happen. Trickster getting that save. Bubbly with a great shot, sending it a little bit wide, but gets blocked away regardless. Swish, great touch out mid. Kixby trying to punish, but a great hit there from the Bemidji defense, but a great pinch from Haha Boo there, almost finding its way in. That would have been probably a clip for the series right there, but unfortunately just a little bit wide. A great follow-up off the wall there, but now we're seeing a bit of back and forth between these teams. I think with that extra minute, they're waking up, but that one finding its way in with so much power off of that second touch.
Beautiful touch here, and yeah, it's Kixby trying to get back in time to cut out the midfield, but yeah, like you said, just too much meat on that one for Whitlock to get any sort of read on it. I mean, he did hit the ball, but at the same time, that ball is coming in so hot, you have to get every single pixel on it. It's Bubbly up the ladder, trying to get around Tricky, but Tricky has that one red. Kixby around on the challenge. Ends up just giving it to Swish, and this is what Swish did to me, at least, and to our team. So good at just slowing the play down, but Kixby doesn't really care. Takes it off of his head, off of Whitlock's challenge. Hits it around Haha Boo, and Tricky, I think, should have had that one saved.
About as close as you can get on both sides there, but tie game here, just under 2 minutes gone, rather, and it's still looking pretty close. Both teams having great offensive plays. It seems that it's definitely going to be the ruler of the day here, just having a stronger offense. But now looking for the lead once again is Bemidji. Whitlock, not a lot of boost to work with there, leaves it for Kixby. Bit of a decent touch out there, but Switch can immediately pick this one up in the orange half. Has a little bit of boost, goes for the reset, couldn't quite find it. Gotta love those ones when it looks like you got the reset perfectly and you're not moving. It's not letting you flip because one tire missed by like a pixel or something like that, and those can be really frustrating, but still. Under some decent pressure here is Brainerd, but Whitlock up off the backboard and has plenty of control, has a lot of boost to work with. Demoing Swish there, demoing Haha Boo was Whitlock there, and now it's just pandemonium across the field, demo after demo after demo, and somebody's gonna buckle here under all the pressure.
Probably off the backboard. I think Boot should have the touch. He doesn't end up having it. Kixby, I don't think he's going to read that right away. Swish into the corner once again, working with basically no boost. Him and Haha Boo starving for something. Tricky sitting in the net with 100. Asking if his teammates would like some of that boost. Unfortunately, he can't share it. 2 minutes, tied it to a piece. Is Tricky going to hit that one forward? End up cutting out by Kixby. Kixby around everybody, but can't find the follow-up on the backboard, and that's just one of those plays where I think he's just annoyed because he did all that work and is not able to do anything with it because the ball does not bounce correctly for him off the backboard.
Oh no, the fake! Oh no, that is heartbreaking for Brainerd. A great touch from Swish, and Boo just all over the ball, but not there at all. A literal phantom just not able to get anything there, but it's just enough to confuse the defense. And now Bemidji sitting up by 1, a minute 30 to go here. They may just want to try and hold this lead as much as possible. Swish definitely just trying to play possession. Gets the pitch. It's a little bit wide. Got to mop up here. Boo hits that one, but it goes off the backboard. No one there to follow up on that touch. Tricky. It's a great touch out mid, but Whitlock's going to be the one to beat there first. Kicksby looking for a follow-up off the backboard. It seems like Kicksby has been everywhere for this Brainerd team here, but it just hasn't been enough to get past this Lumberjacks.
Minute 10 now. A minute and some change, I guess you could say. Kicksby gonna hit that one directly up to Hahaboo. Hahaboo's just gonna able to cut out every single play. Because that one's gonna be followed up. Bubbly hits the backboard, doesn't follow. Whitlock, what? I don't know how this one squeaks its way through. And yeah, you're just wondering, how in the world is this a goal? He gets enough on it and just beats Swish to it. It looked, from my POV, watching Whitlock's POV, it looked closer than it was supposed to be. And you just can't figure out how that one squeaks by Swish. As 50 seconds now, we're all tied up. Equal chances pretty much for both teams here. Boo collecting the ball. Nothing really to work with. Bubbly just chasing him down, trying to get the ball off of his head. That one's going to go off the backboard. Whitlock. Again, I mean, how many times have we seen this from both sides? A player on the ball with absolutely nothing, running on fumes on the tank.
Been fairly common throughout this game. It seems like both teams are trying to play just constant boost consumption, trying to starve the other team out, but they also kind of end up starving themselves out in the process, and it just makes it difficult for everybody. But now, looks like we may be heading into an overtime here, unless Tricky can get that one on target just a little bit high. Great reflexes there from Whitlock to get it cleared away. Tricky getting the demo on Whitlock on the defense. Great stop by Bubbly there. That one's still a bit of danger. That one finding its way into that shooting box, but Whitlock just going to send that one right to the ground. Not going to give you the opportunity for the 0 seconds goal. And we have overtime in game number 1.
Tricky right off the kickoff, trying to bully his way through. Swish's follow-up was stopped by Bubbly, as Kicksby with a great clear down the field gives his teammates some time. Hopefully enough time. Just Bubbly into the corner. Doesn't have a ton of boost. Swish is not going to get a good enough touch to get around that midfield line set by Kicksby. That time, that touch will. Whitlock's got to range back for just a couple of seconds and burn pretty much every single boost pad he had. So now it's a little awkward for this Brainerd team. As Bubbly trying to work his way through. Whitlock there to help him out. We haven't seen a ton of demos from this Brainerd team, and you wonder if that's a strategy that they'll save kind of in their back pocket of like, okay, we'll use it when we need it. Kicksby trying to get around Tricky, cannot do it. Swishes all over this one. Is not able to get it past Whitlock. Again, another play where nobody has any boost on the ball. And a minute into overtime, we're once again living in this orange half.
Looks like Brainerd has definitely kind of just played a little bit more close to the chest going into this overtime. Don't want to overextend, don't want to get caught with the third man a little bit too far up, but it seems to make the offensive pushes a little less threatening, as we already see Bemidji trying to just end this game. Boo with a great fake, almost gets the bump on Whitlock, but enough height is able to keep that one from happening. As Big 50 in the corner, trying to get there. Kicksby with the side flip, unfortunately couldn't find the touch. Now Bubbly with no boost, able to pick up that corner, finally get some air. Whitlock with a great touch. Boo has to reach, is able to get the save, picking up a savior medal of 50 out to mid, but no one there to take the shot. A good opportunity for Brainerd, ends up going by the wayside. Swish gets an extra touch. That one finding its way on target, but Boo able to get the save. Not out of the woods yet is Bemidji, but another touch is able to get it fully cleared away. Whitlock picking this one up. Great 50 up off the backboard. Somebody trying to take advantage of it. Nobody there. And now it's a hard push for Bemidji. Boo up off the wall, has a little bit of boost to work with, has plenty of possession, gets a good 50 there, but no one there to immediately challenge. And it's looking like they're starting to ramp up. Both teams taking a little bit more risks as we get further into this overtime.
Luck beaten on that play somewhat by Swish as he wins the 50 to Boo, but Kicksby just takes it off of his head now. Kicksby around Swish. Doesn't get around Tricky, though. Tricky should have that red, and does. Follow will not make its way on target. Kicksby through the midfield, trying to follow up again. Bubbly. Again, just putting pressure. Just these little plays that Brainerd are trying to break down this Bemidji defense, but so far the chinks in the armor aren't turning into real big cracks. Maybe it's this time with Boo, but he doesn't get around that last defender. Bubbly punts it to Tricky, and it's punted back by Tricky. I think we're getting to the point where nobody wants to make that fatal error, that fatal mistake that proves to be the game 1 L for you. Is kind of a giveaway by Tricky here. Probably should have some time. Ends up just getting dunked by Boo. We'll see what Whitlock can do with this. Does get around one, but doesn't get around that third man. Again, a line set by both teams kind of in the midfield. Not willing to give an inch from it. But, I mean, as the push comes in, the line slowly just shifts farther and farther back. To the point where you're ranging back sometimes to make these saves. And one of these times I have a feeling that it is going to crack under this armor. Maybe it's Boo to get by kick speed, but he can't do it.
Also, a lot of physicality coming out from Brainerd especially. I did see earlier Whitlock picking up an exterminator. That's not something you see very often, even in this high-level play. 7 demos so far in this game alone. Also, Brainerd nearing 20 shots in this game. Kixby having 9 to themselves, Whitlock having 6. We're sitting at 17 shots for them. They've definitely had a lot more offensive pressure going throughout this game, almost nearing a full game's worth of time just in overtime alone. And neither team has been able to score. Kixby with control ends up losing it, but able to pick up that mid boost. A pinch coming out from Bemidji. That was a bit of an opportunity there, but no one able to take advantage. Whitlock with a great touch upfield. Kixby looking for it, is able to get it, and that's going to be the game. Just under 5 minutes gone, and Brainerd take the win.
He had 10 shots in this game. He had 900 points. You had to think if Brainerd didn't win that game, I think he might be the most annoyed player on the field. Big dub for the Brainerd victory as they're able to get that win. And 4 goals put up by them, breaking down this Bemidji team, this defense who had 13 saves on the game. They gave it their best shot, but 10 shots from Kixby. Probably just had 2 shots, just two little testers. That's all he had, all he needed. That's all the only pressure he needed to put it into perspective. But once they get going, we will see what ends up happening here. As you know, I really think that this Lumberjacks team, with how many saves they had to make, there's going to be more moments in these games where things are going to break down, where they may not be able to escape with almost an overtime win. It might be Brainerd just kind of running them over if things do not change on the defensive half of the field. But we'll see going into the second game.
I feel like at this point, it's going to be less of a skill race and more of an endurance race, not only for these teams, but for you and me. If we're going to be going through 10 to 15 minutes per game, and this goes to 4 or 5 games, I feel like we're going to be here for a very long time. But something tells me that this Bemidji team, I think they got something cooking up here to try and counter this Brainerd just dominant offense here. And I'm kind of interested to see what they decide to do here.
Ricky into the corner. Will take the corner boost. Boo had 100, so it didn't really matter what the decision was here. 8 seconds into this game. Bemidji have already made more headway than they did in the last game. Lived in this blue half for a little bit longer, but as soon as the ball gets into the blue half, Whitlock wins a 50. Bubbly gets a beat, and that's all it takes is one play, and it's Brainerd up by 1.
It seems like it's still plaguing them, the lack of boost that Bemidji has been able to just scrape together. We saw a lot of instances in that game 1 where there were 2 Bemidji defenders with almost nothing, and one of them with a full tank, just not wanting to burn it away on something that wouldn't work. And that can definitely be a killer. It seems like this Brainerd team has definitely started winning that boost starving contest between these teams. There's a little bit more evened up after that first, I want to say 2.5 minutes in that game 1, but they've definitely come into full form here and have been winning that contest over the past 7-ish minutes, almost 10. A double tap opportunity there for Swish, but no one there as Bubbly gets the demo on Boo. That's going to be a missed opportunity for Bemidji, but now Whitlock with the save, just trying to take possession away. A big 50 is going to send that into no man's land. Kickspeed trying to make the read. Couldn't quite find it. That one on target, but Tricky able to get the block. Has plenty of space, able to get it past one. Kickspeed able to get a stop, however, and Whitlock getting a demo on Boo again. They're just trying to remove Boo from the entire roster completely. They don't want them on the field at all. I believe that's 2 demos on them just in general. And now Tricky just playing off the wall. Bubbly almost able to find the read off the corner there. Whitlock with the full tank of boost gets a 50, sends it back into the shooting lane for Brainerd. Tricky able to get a good touch, gets it past one. Whitlock with the demo on Boo again. Just it's just like target this one player and only this one player, and it's just been constant getting some get back with Boo there, getting a demo on Kickspeed. But now it seems like it's devolved not so much into just hard gameplay, but it's removing players from the field and trying to find an opportunity within it.
Tricky in the midfield, we'll cut that one out. Boo this time has a ton of boost, has a ton of space, but doesn't have the touch he wanted. And yeah, that's really what Brainerd's strategy has been is, okay, we're going to turn this into a 2v3 because this guy's not playing on the field. He is not allowed. You will not be allowed to play on the field if you're against the Brainerd victory at this point. I mean, hopefully they're turning this into everybody gets a demo, but we'll play a bump here. Kickspeed just fakes it out. Whitlock, again, starting to get physical, and I thought this would kind of be their strategy. Open the first game as this happy, nice team that you get to play against, and then the second game, they turn into the devil. That's kind of what it's become. Off the backboard, Boo won't be able to jump for this. Whitlock ends up just hitting it around him. It's a little bit awkward. Tricky should have the touch, but it doesn't really end up getting it. Boo's going to run out of boost here. What help does he have? It is Swish, who has 100 boost, but look at what Brainerd are doing. I mean, they're slowing this game down to basically a stall of, all right, we're up by 1. You guys are going to have to come to us. We are not going to be the ones shooting from midfield. It's going to be attack, attack, attack for this Bemidji team. Uh-oh.
Oh, Kickspeed. Oh, is able to find the angle. It feels like, I feel like, how many goals has Kickspeed had now? Because it feels like the vast majority have been scored by them, and just look at that read. Angling the car to touch with the wheels, a little less power so it can fall a little bit more closer to the net. That is great ball and car control coming from them. But now they have the insurance with just a minute and a half left to go. Maybe dissolving back to that just 1-goal lead, but not able to find the touch there. Bubbly. Big clear downfield. Whitlock getting a pass out to mid. A little bit too high for Kickspeed to go for immediately. A big challenge there. Whitlock getting it off the backboard. Somebody's got to take advantage, but nobody's there to take the shot. Do not want to overextend, as that could be punished very, very easily. Great flick there coming from Swish, and a bump from Boo is going to open up the net, but Bubbly, with no boost in the tank, is able to get across and get the save. Entering into the final minute now, Bemidji still down by 2 goals. They've got to get something here if they want to stay alive in this game too.
XP with a great first touch is going to be able to follow this, and 50 at mid for Bubbly. Bubbly's touch, though, skied to the backboard. Swish, what can he get done with a little bit of boost and some space? But man, has that been the theme? Has this been the theme? Bubbly taking Boo out of the play, but Tricky has his back, has his help. Says, okay, if they're not going to let you play, then I guess I'll make it so I'm playing instead. That's a huge goal. That's absolutely massive for the terms of this series of keeping this Bemidji team alive here. Boo towards the net. Kickspeed has that one red. And you have to think, if Boo had some more space, had some more boost, how many more chances would Bemidji get? Because it just seems like he's the guy who has to burn his boost in his half every single time. They're doing Brainerd's doing their best to take him out of the play. That one off the backboard. Boo is there on the follow, and when you need him most, he is appeared on the scene. Tricky's touch gets around Bubbly. Whitlock was not expecting that, and that is 2 goals right quick for this Brainerd team.
Ball game, 12 seconds left. It looks like we are going to be heading into another overtime here in game 2, unless Whitlock is able to send one to the net here. 5 seconds left here for both teams, just trying to see if they can end it early. Do not want another 5-minute overtime. That one almost on target. Boo able to get a skim touch and save it away. Overtime again in game 2, and I think both teams are hoping, please not another 5 minutes. I don't want to do this forever. This will be dreadful. And Swish trying to make it happen. A great save from Kixby, picking up a savior medal, as now Boo in the corner, 0 boost to work with, and now Trickster able to get 1, but Bubbly is able to get the stop. Swish sending it out corner. Whitlock with the miss. That's going to be a little bit awkward, but no one there for Bemidji to take advantage. Bump from Reaper as Kixby send it out mid. No one there to take the shot. Swish has control, but 50'd away to the wall as Kixby picking this one up off the wall. Boo, unfortunately, couldn't find the touch. That one getting 50 down into Brainerd territory as Bubbly with control. Not a lot of boost, doesn't have a flip. Tried to delay it as long as possible, just couldn't get it off in time. And now Kixby just trying to play time, give their teammates some more time to kind of bolster down on defense. Great challenge there from Whitlock as now Bubbly gets bumped out of the play. No air dribble for you, as now Kixby a little bit awkward there. Whitlock having to race in and save the day. Bubbly, big send downfield. Here comes the demo. Whitlock, another exterminator. That is 2 in his series, and I don't think I've seen one all season long.
He's just, I said it. I mean, I said it. They know their style. They know what they need to do to get goals. And they know what they need to do to make plays happen. They're making things difficult for any team they play against. Kixby trying to end this game and get this series to 2-0. He's giving it his best look and his best shot, but again, another game where he is the guy off the backboard. Had 10 shots in the first game. This game, similar story. Only has 1 though, and is shooting 1 for 1. Oh, that is so unlucky. Oh, you have to be so annoyed if you are the Brainerd Victory. That one's gonna go off the backboard. Boo gets demoed as the second guy to go for the ball. Swish is not expecting it. Ends up eating the demo and eating the ball basically into his net. I mean, what a play by Bubbly to close that one out. I mean, Boo had 7 shots. It's not like he's not getting opportunities, but a lot of his opportunities, to me, far have been few and far between as far as looks. It's been, you know, random shots where he has 0 boost and basically just has to fire it at the net and hopes that he gets something. But honest to God, I think if Turkey and Swish were able to return serve a little bit of demos here, you might get Booze a little bit more time on the ball.
I think that would definitely do them a little bit more favors, but just jumping back onto Whitlock for a second, 2 exterminators over 2 games. How does that happen? And I'd like to know, this is definitely what shows the caliber that these players are at. There was not a single demo that seemed out of place. Not just a demo to go demo, not a demo because I'm angry at you. They all made sense. They were calculated, tactical. They were exactly where they needed to be, and it's amazing to see that. It's wild to see somebody getting an accolade that is very rarely seen twice, and yet none of the demos were just because I want to. They were all very, very tactful, and now sitting up 2-0 in the series, this Brainerd team, how are they going to try and close this one out?
How does this kind of lumberjack team respond now that, you know, your confidence, I guess you could say, has been kind of torn out of you? I wouldn't say your heart's been ripped out, but where do you find confidence to win this series? How do you find the winning touch, the winning goal? Because it's got to come from somewhere, and so far there hasn't been a winning recipe for that. It's been, we rely on Brainerd to overcommit, and so far Brainerd hasn't overcommitted enough for you to get any sort of chance. And then when they do overcommit, how many times has Far talked about the boost difference? It's been the complete and utter difference of when Bemidji get a chance, they have nothing in the tank to do anything.
And starting off the scoring.
The story continues. I mean, it's the same thing. What a pass midfield from Whitlock to Bubbly.
Oh man, this Brainerd team just has it. They just have this Bemidji team dialed in. They just have their number to a T, and it's almost impossible. But there's one right off the kickoff from Haha Boo is able to tie the game up. That's a bit of hope there for them. They definitely need it, especially after that last game, that opportunity where it was a pretty comfortable save, not the easiest save in the world, but then just getting taken out of the net as the second man and it just rolls its way in. It's a matter of just trying to keep a level head, because this whole series for Bemidji has been a very big tilter. They went down 2-0 in that game too. They came back and tied it up with a couple seconds left, and then they lose the game to a very just uncomfortable play, and now Kicksby trying to take the MVP crown for this series for Brainerd as they plant their second into the back of the net.
Beautiful play again. I mean, this is typical Brainerd. This is what they've done past couple of weeks ever since making that move. It's proved to be the winning formula, I guess you could say, the one that will be the answer. Is when will this Bemidji team wake up? I mean, I know they're fully capable of getting this done. It's a matter of, will it ever show up? I mean, will they ever have any sort of chance in this series?
Looking uncomfortable. Another opportunity here, actually, but Tricky able to get a save there. Third save of the game for them is now Boo with a touch. That was actually going to find its way on target, and it looks like Haha Boo has actually woken up before either of their teammates, and now tie ball game once again.
Big answer there from Boo. Bobley really can't do anything about that one. See what ends up happening for the latter half of this. You're just fighting to get on the scoreboard, but to also stop Brainerd from getting on the scoreboard, because it almost seems like it's just a rite of passage at this point. Or it's Brainerd's going to score. It's a matter of how many times can we stop them from scoring. It's probably into the midfield. I'll leave that one for Kicksby. Let him play that challenge. Probably was living upfield there, but I don't know if I agree with it. Didn't really have a ton of boost really to work with. Who's going to hit that one downfield? Kicksby should have the collection, but eats a demo. A little bit of run back here from Boo, trying to get them man advantage. Get them some sort of possession on the ball. It is Swish. I'll leave that one for Tricky. 100 boost for Tricky. This has been rare for Bemidji all series. It's more often than not when they have had the possession and they have had an opportunity, it's been with sub 20 boost. It's been with nothing to work with. As Tricky will collect that. This one over halfway done. Boo, a rare opportunity for him. Has the double, has the read. Swish has the follow, but didn't make enough contact on it. Good early flick from Whitlock, but this has just turned into an awkward play for Swish to deal with. We'll leave that one for Boo, trying to pick the corner, but that is 3 Brainerd defenders back, and basically a hope and a prayer that you score. And Swish does get under Bubbly. Has the reset. Boo, what a stop from Whitlock, though. Big defensive stand. Tricky to the midfield. No one there to help him out. 1:30 left to go. Boo's going to jump to the backboard to make a first touch, but ends up losing it. Goes to the bump instead. Ends up eating a demo from Whitlock. As Kicksby towards the net, stopped by Swish. This has been a couple of times where Brainerd have had to make some heroic stops, as has Bemidji, but I still think the cleaner of the chances have come in that orange half.
Definitely seeming a lot more collected is this Bemidji team. They've had a lot more pressure when it comes to offense. They've had a lot more boost, as you were mentioning earlier. They've had a very bad habit of having almost nothing in the tanks all series long, and now they seem to be a little bit more on top of that boost management, making sure they're not burning too much to give this Brainerd team the go-ahead goal. But a great touch from Boo. Oh, trying to go for the psycho there. Almost finds its way in, but a great save there. Kicksby, a phenomenal shot, but Swish able to get the stop. Counter-attack opportunity here for Bemidji. Bubbly playing off the corner. Tries to get it past the second one, but still gets a touch. Boo, 30 seconds left here. Trying to get the lead here for Bemidji. They've got to get something. It's an opportunity here, but a great touch. Boo, having opportunity, decides to throw it straight at the net, but Kicksby able to reach across and get the save. 15 seconds left here. Do we have another overtime in this series?
Just trying to collect that. Whitlock just sits underneath it, lets the ball hit him essentially. As Kixby should have a follow-up on this, has a 50-50. Whitlock again backwards, throwing it in reverse. This Bubbly, it's gonna sit up just for a second here. It does hit the corner. Whitlock into that corner. Now a little awkward. Swish has to make a touch. And he was lucky nobody from Brainerd was breathing down the neck of the ball, because that might have been a chance. Whitlock off the kickoff. Spoo has that one red. Bubbly into the midfield. We'll end up leaving it for Whitlock. Another 50-50 win from Whitlock. So just getting a reset on the ball, trying to stick with it. Kixby. That one's just going to be on target. Where in the world is the Bemidji defense?
They were doing so well all game long. They had perfect positioning, and then Tricky just a little bit too far up gets punished, and that one will end the series a confident but close 3-0 victory for the victory.
Yeah, big win for them. It was 3 overtimes though, so like I'm gonna be honest, it could have gone either way. Like we could have had a different scenario played out here for this series, but man, that ice from this Bemidji team, or this Brainerd team, excuse me, getting that 3-0 win against a very hot Bemidji roster. But Brainerd, like I said, have only made their way up and up on the board, have only improved on their weeks, have only gotten better to better, better than better, excuse me, and they just more locked in that series. Bemidji going to have to go back to the drawing board now that they lost that. With Brainerd's win, Brainerd vaults to 4th place and overtakes Bemidji's spot, gets up to 24 points, and only have moved on. Minneapolis sweeping Omaha. I thought that would be a closer series than it was. I know Omaha was a very capable team and is a very capable team, but Minneapolis on another level at this point. They're 6-0 on the season so far. The only perfect roster left in all of the league. So, in the entirety of MCS. So we'll see if they can keep that going. But up to 39 points so far. But still, a monumental win for Brainerd and Bemidji. That was our final series of the night. Fargo and Kansas City, unfortunately, is being moved to a different time and a different day. And unfortunately, we won't be able to stream them because they cannot make the match. And rough indeed for that. But yeah, Far, again, and an absolute GOAT. Appreciate your time so much, and appreciate Shig on the back end doing a lot of our production work, making everything go well. And yeah, I got nothing else from my standpoint. I gotta head off to work. So I guess enjoy the rest of your night, peoples.
I'm not the type to obey. I'm not the one you can tame. Yeah, let's get lost in my ways. Take me where your monsters hide. They don't dance daylight. Look down, you've got me so high. I think it's safe to say I'm scared. Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh, I'm taking it too far. Nothing to hold now. I'm falling apart. Out in the cold now.
can't